thing gives me a big smile every single time I drive this thing. Every single time the wheels start spinning.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.
We create smiles with parts you can count on. When it comes to finding the right part at the right price, there's just no place like Midas for the love of cars.
My name is Francois Fritz. I'm the owner of FatBoy Fab Works. And yeah, this is my V12 twin-turbo Hilux. The history behind the Hilux started about 3-4 years ago. It actually started out as a dead stock 3-litre D4D high rider Hilux bucky. It was my everyday driving vehicle. The whole thing behind the bucky was building something unique, a once-off build no one's ever done before. Then we checked around the 2Js, 1JZs, even different makes of motors like the Ford Barra motors and all that stuff, but we wanted the same motors what the brand of the vehicle was. And we saw the V12, never knew if it was going to fit or not, so we just closed our eyes. I bought the motor from overseas and it got here. Yeah, and we started stripping everything off that wasn't necessary and actually saw that the engine's not as big as we thought it was going to be. So it fits straight in, did new engine mounts, gearbox mounts, no cut work has been done on the body, no chassis has been cut to accommodate anything. It just fits in straight without cutting anything. The V12, the 1GZ V12 comes out of a Toyota Century. So it's known in Japan, it was like a presidential vehicle for all the high-class people. And the vehicle was only launched in the Japanese market, so it was never sold anywhere else in the world. So we found a motor, we have a guy in Japan that sourced it for us, and we got the motor here. Stock, it doesn't make too much power. Stock, the torque on these motors are significant. For a normal aspirated motor, the compression ratio is about 10.5 to 1. That's quite a lot for a normal aspirated motor of its size as well. We built the whole motor fully forged, rods, pistons, ARP studs all around. So the most fun part for me with the whole build of the bucky was exhibiting some of the work that we do at FatBoy Fab Works. All the stainless steel fabrication, all the charge pipes, the intercooler system, the hood exit exhaust. That's all just work that's being exhibited what we do. And this was a fun project to do it on. Who else doesn't like a V12 turbocharged Hilux bucky? So it's normal buy off the shelf turbochargers, GT3 582s. ECU, we're running a Spitronics Mercury 2 system on the engine and a Spitronics Orion 2 on for the TCU side for the gearbox. A lot of people aren't big fans of Spitronics. We've had no issues with it whatsoever. It handles the gearbox properly. The engine runs good, no issues with it, so why not? The power it's making now on 0.5 bar boost, so we're mixing 50 ethanol, 50 petrol. We're doing 420 kilowatts on the wheels and just over 900 Newton meters of torque. All right, so we hooked up on the dyno, lambda's in. We're boosting 0.5 now. We can't up the boost any, not even a little bit. Gearbox wise, we ran through about, well, we've had 2 different gearboxes in here. We tried about 3 of the stock V12 4-speed auto gearboxes, and they never last. They either blew the valve bodies, main seals, turns the input shafts more off. So Then we opted for the 4-speed Supra Auto box that just bolts on with a different torque converter and a different power housing. Uses the same shift and all that. Was just a quick fix for this year's hill climb. So as we speak, we're busy with the Gt6 Manual Conversion with the proper clutch system and the flywheel and all the correct stuff to handle this amount of power. The rest of the drivetrain is we're running a stock D4D diff at the back. We've broke some side shafts, we've broke some prop shafts, and yeah, it's got a decent 2-piece slide prop shaft now. And yeah, we just pray that the diff holds up.
Francois Fritz in that Toyota of his, that Hilux with the 12 cylinders. We still trying to work out how you get 12 cylinders into that thing, but he's done it and it's going.
It was never our plan to do the Simola hill climb. And the diesel motor was already out and we were looking for something to put in the bucky. And in this time, the entries for the Simola hill climb opened up. But we didn't have an engine to announce with the entry of the hill climb. We entered, we didn't expect to get a spot to race last year. And then, yeah, we entered, they gave us a spot. And then the bucky stood for another month and a half, waiting for the motor, waiting for all the stuff to come. And we basically built this bucky in 3 weeks. 3 weeks prior to the hill climb. The bucky only started the night before last year's hill climb. So we needed to be in the pits at 5 at the Friday evening. We were on the dyno at 5 on the Friday evening. So we cut it pretty close. And then, yeah, we did some good times last year. Not what we wanted. But yeah, we put on a huge show. The people was mind blown with what we've done. And then this year with the hill climb, I was invited to drive again. And yeah, we got some surprises with the motor. We ended up building the motor for the second time, fully forged, with all the correct stuff in it now. And as it sits, it's capable of 1,000 horsepower. Yeah, that's it, man. Brakes on the vehicle, on the front, we're running 2015 model Toyota Fortuner front calipers. So they're about 20 mils bigger than the stock factory brakes of this Hilux bucky. And then we opted for the Vari performance brakes, upgraded performance discs with their pads that they supply. The rear, stock brakes at the rear, coilovers at the back, adjustable coilovers. Yeah, that's about it. Front suspension is basically stock, just modified the shocks to get it lowered a bit, but it's nice and stiff, handles very well. So it's actually smooth, very, very, very smooth to drive. We've been driving this bucky around for the last 2 weeks. I can drive this thing as an everyday vehicle on the road. Pulls a lot of attention though, but other than that, I can play with this and I can be driving this as an everyday vehicle. So the interior, the stock seats didn't work as well. I'm a big guy, so sliding the bucky around corners and pushing it into corners used to throw me around a bit. So we opted for a nice set of auto-style wingback seats with the 4-point harnesses. It's running a stock steering wheel, everything in the interior basically stock except for the seats and the 4-point harnesses. So the wheels on the bucky, we're running a set of A-line 20-inch wheels. Street tires for playing around, and then we've obviously got a set of semi-slicks that we use on drag days or track days or whatever for the back. So cruising around with the bucky, it sometimes can be a big surprise. It's quite quiet, but when you step on it, it roars like a lion. Yeah, it's also it's really awesome. But yeah, I'd say that the best part of the bucky, it's crazy. It's never been done before. It's once off. It's mad. We went all out. We didn't play. We didn't want to put a 6-cylinder in it, we put a 12-cylinder in it. We didn't want to keep it normal aspirated, we put 2 turbochargers on it. Why not?
We create smiles with parts you can count on. When it comes to finding the right part at the right price, there's just no place like Midas for the love of cars.
Do you like clothes? I do. This is available right now on our SentiMETAL shop. Just go to Cars.co.za/shop or look for the description in the link below. See what I did there? Just trying to catch you out. And we've got tons of exclusive merchandise which is designed and made exclusively for our store. I said exclusive twice because it's very exclusive. Also hats.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.